how do you convince, I know you're already there, so right, it's just you and me talking here, but how do you convince your neighbor that whoever is being promoted on the news not only isn't as good as the news says he is, he's actually probably a horrific villain, and the more they promote him, the worse he is? How do you wake enough Americans up to that reality? But maybe I'm wrong. And this is what I mean by maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Americans really are waking up. And they're waking up slowly, slower than you would like, slower than I would like, but they are waking up. Newest media trust numbers come out, all-time low. 61% of Americans have no trust in the big traditional media sources, CBS, Washington Post, New York Times, the big ones. 61%. So let's pause here for a moment. If you're in the American media and you're watching your power slip away, because the only reason you have any power as someone in the media is people's trust. I don't think I have any power, but if you consider me to have any power at all, what actually gives me that power? Is it sitting down and doing a television show for you every night? No. The power comes from a bunch of you watching and trusting what you hear here, trusting what you see, trusting that it's real. That's where the power comes from. If you watch the show and I'm just lying to you every single night for 1 hour here on the First TV, then I lose all power because you're now disregarding me as some ridiculous clown, right? The power is the trust. The trust is the power. That's the way I want to say that. The trust is the power. So if you're the media and people are getting less and less trust in you, what's the solution? Well, that's what's funny about how this horrible corruption works and how late-stage republics act and how communists act. If you wanted my trust, let's say you lost my trust. Maybe I loaned you $100 and you went and spent it at Red Lobster instead of going to buy food for sick kids like you said you were going to. Okay, now I don't trust you anymore. You would understand that you need to get my trust back and that you would have to earn that trust back. Hey, Jesse, let me do something for you. Let me extend a hand. Let me pay you back with interest for that because I want to earn your trust. That's what you would do because you're a logical thinker. That's how you think about things. But late-stage republics do not act that way. This is amazing, but it is true. As the American media watches its power evaporate, as the trust evaporates, there's not a single person, not a single executive, producer, host, there's not a single person in the media out there right now who's having a heart-to-heart meeting, all hands on deck, staff meeting. Not a single one's having a meeting right now and saying to themselves, hey guys, we got to earn some trust back. Look, we have violated people's trust and we got to earn it back. None of them. It wouldn't even cross their minds. It's not how late-stage republics work. Instead, they're simply going to try to insulate themselves from losing what they have as trust goes away. Well, how do you do that? Well, there's no better way to do that than the government. If you were a piece of trash communist in the legacy media and you're watching your trust and power evaporate, you could try to earn it back, or you could just go lobby to add, what is it called again? The Journalism Competition and Preservation Act, the JCPA is what they shorten it up. You could just lobby to have that rolled into the Defense Authorization Bill. They are going to roll in a massive media handout, and they're going to roll it into a bill that's all about national defense. And reportedly, according to Breitbart, as you just saw, they are going to do it with the approval of one Mitch McConnell. You see, this is the problem.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, The Forgotten Genocide, the first episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.